We're talking about your lats, your latissimus dorsi muscle. This is the muscle that actually starts at your low back, and very broad muscle, and it comes all the way up into the top of your shoulder, into the top part of your humerus. It is one of the most powerful muscles in your body, and is a huge spinal stabilizer, and is the prime mover in pull-ups and in rowing type activities. But what a lot of people don't understand is it actually could be a huge part of any shoulder pain that you're having. So when you're raising your arm over your head, when you're doing these motions, whether it's a strict press, or you're doing a push press, or even a push jerk, right? You're dropping under that bar or that dumbbell. The lat plays a huge role. The latissimus dorsi plays a major role in making sure that shoulder is moving the right way. It's not just, yes, it helps, it's contracting with pull-ups and we're doing rows and stabilizes and stabilizes our back, but it also plays a huge role in making sure the shoulder moves properly overhead. And the easiest way to think about this is, if all I do is bench press, right? If I'm just pressing away and doing bench press, every 2 or 3 days, and that's fine, but I never work on, right, my traps and my lats, these muscles in the back that do the opposite motion. I think most trainers, most physios, most chiropractors will tell you, hey, you should probably even yourself out by doing some back work, and then also some frontal work, all right, some bench pressing or chest work as well, to make sure you don't have a muscle imbalance. And I get this shoulder pain because all I do is bench press. Well, you're setting yourself up for failure, and the same thing applies when pressing overhead. When we're pressing overhead, our shoulder's rolling up and it's gliding down, right? This shoulder bone of mine, right? This humerus bone, as I'm moving my shoulder overhead, the joint, yeah, the shoulder blade is moving, but the joint itself is doing this. It's rolling up, it's gliding down. This not so big deltoid muscle on me, that's rolling it up. And then the rotator cuff is sliding it down, hence the importance of the rotator cuff, and it's keeping your joint moving the right way. And we tend to get shoulder pain when this joint is, it's not moving the right way, and if this is the impingement that's going to occur, I'm rolling up, my rotator cuff's not doing its job, and I get this pinching sensation. It's one cause of shoulder pain. Another huge cause of it is this latissimus dorsi muscle not working, not being strong enough or active enough in this overhead position to help keep that shoulder in a really good spot, in a good position. Think of it this way: it attaches way up here. When this lat contracts, it pulls the shoulder down. Well, when we're bringing our arm overhead, it's not a prime mover, but it's like contracting my lat when I bench press. It helps keep my shoulder down and back. It keeps it in a good position, so I don't end up like this. Same thing applies. Where if this lat doesn't contract, it assists that rotator cuff. That they work together, the rotator cuff and the lat work together to keep this head of the humerus in that joint. Think of it like a golf ball on a golf tee, or even a seal, right? An animal like a seal has a ball on its nose and it's balancing a ball. That's more like your shoulder joint, where the muscles of the active contraction, that's what really holds it in place. So this lat muscle has a huge implication on anytime you're picking something up overhead, any overhead or anything where you're picking something up, pull up, push press, anything like that. The lat has a huge role in making sure that your shoulder is moving the right way. All right, this big shoulder muscle here, the deltoid, it's gonna wanna shear your shoulder up. That lat and rotator cuff, keep it down and keep it moving the way it should. One of my favorite ways to work on this lat activation, and also lat strength, is a side bent row. So I want to make sure that you guys do this the right way. You don't want to do this with any weight. You want to use a band. A cable machine is fantastic, but you don't want to have you don't want to hold on to a kettlebell and do this because you're going to be side bending. You probably could. I want to make sure your back is in a safe position, because we're going to be moving the back. That's going to be a lot of stress and strain on that. So making sure we just have a band, or if you're at the gym, you can use a cable machine, totally fine. So we're here, we got the band. All we're going to do is as I, making sure we're down and back, as I'm pulling, I'm gonna side bend my body. I know I don't have much of a pull here. I'm gonna choke up on it. You're gonna pull, and as you pull, you're gonna side bend and come right off. What you're gonna notice is, wow, I should get a huge amount of contraction in my lats as I'm doing this, because as we side bend and as we pull, I'm gonna get I feel it immediately. It's a lot of engagement of these two areas, of these two muscles, or excuse me, of the lat itself. I mean, you're gonna feel your traps as well, but really just, holy cow, of these two motions, they're really gonna engage your lat. And try and hold, 2, 3, 4, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is a fantastic way to activate your lats and also strengthen them, especially if you get a lot of resistance on the band. You get a stronger band. Excuse me, you put a lot of weight on the cable machine. Hands down, great way to improve the strength of this lat. Again, you're gonna be pulling and you get that side bend. I like to have a little soft bend in my knees, lean forward just a little bit. As you pull, you side bend. That lat is really gonna engage. You're gonna get a huge contraction here. If you don't believe me, that the lat side bends your body, place your hand here to side bend into it. You're really gonna feel it contract. But guys, this is the importance of your latissimus dorsi, why you need to have it strong, and one of my favorite ways to activate it is strengthen it.